So welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Alex.
And we have Laurel and Carrington on today. Woo!
Hi. Hello.
What's up, guys?
How are you guys?
Good, great.
I'm doing great. It is very weird to be back with society. Nobody's telling me what to do or, when to eat. I can eat whenever I want. It feels great. Yeah, I just have a lot of free time, so.
Laurel, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. It's been so fun coming back home and spending time with my friends and family. They were all there waiting for me at the airport. It was so cute. My dad, oh my God, it was so funny. Oh, the signs and stuff. Yeah. My dad, he got me a birthday gift and in the card, he wrote me a check and he was like, thought you might want this money to go visit Carrington in Utah or something like that. It was so cute.
Oh,
that
is
so
really
cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
How far is the flight?
I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked it up. It's probably about the same as Vegas. I think maybe an hour less, maybe 3 hours, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's not
bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
No. Cool.
How was staying in Caesar's Palace?
So fun.
You guys rented out for your birthday.
Yeah, it was so fun. We had a really good time. We ended up switching rooms to a nicer, bigger room than we were going to stay in. We had a really good time. We went out to eat at Hell's Kitchen. It was so freaking good. I don't think I've ever ate food like that in my entire life. So good.
Caesar's was amazing. They treated us very well. And just having the whole group together outside of the villa, it was really nice to just see everybody just have a sigh of relief. We made it. We did it. We're all still friends. We were interacting with each other the exact same way. It was funny. A couple of times we got caught up in the same sort of talking about our feelings. And I was like, let's take a break from this. Come on, let's not do this. But it was really cool.
That is such a struggle getting out of the villa and you're always grabbing for your mic or you're going, where's your head at?
Yeah. You want to go for a chat?
Yes, yeah. Exactly. It's such an odd transition, but it's so much fun. And that's so fun that you guys got to hang out with each other for an extra day outside of the villa.
I know. I was so excited about that, just for everyone to let loose and have a good time. We definitely did that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That it looked like so much fun. We saw the little fan videos of people stalking you from.
Oh yeah.
So cute.
That will take some getting used to. I'm sure you both have dealt with that. It felt cool. I'll be honest. It felt cool, but it was very weird.
It's definitely a transition that you will very much get used to.
Do you guys still get stopped and stuff all the time?
Depends. Yeah. It depends where you're at.
Yeah. I guess with quarantine, not really, because you're not going out, but yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people are funny. They'll be not sure if they want to come up or not. So you'll see them talking and you'll be like,
that happened to us. There was these two girls in Caesar's Palace and it was just me, Sally, and Justine. And they were talking, smiling at us and stuff. I was like, do you guys want a photo? Cause they're like, yes, please, please. They were we were so scared to ask. I was like, no, it's totally fine.
That's so cute.
So wild.
I know, it is a lot of fun.
What were your first impressions of each other?
I'll let Laurel go first on this one. Go ahead.
Go first. Okay. Obviously, going into the Casa Amor, I wasn't really set on getting to know Carrington from watching him go through everything, how he was. I was like, maybe not that guy. But honestly, first impressions, he completely changed my mind on everything. Just that conversation, I was like, he's so genuine. He's way different than I thought he was. So it was a great first impression. And then I was like, oh, I think I might actually want to get to know this guy. And then look where we are now. It's kind of crazy how my perceptions changed, but definitely, it was a great first impression.
My first impression of Laurel was, wow, she's gorgeous. And then we talked and she was just so down to earth, very relaxed. She made me feel super comfortable and she just was going on about herself. She was very driven. She had her own business. I just clearly knew she had it going on in every single aspect. So I was like, I need to get to know this girl 100%.
Laurel, I love that you say that you weren't sure at first, because when we watched it, it's so funny because I feel like we know you guys, even though, we don't, but I guess we do now. You come right in and you're like, I wasn't sure about you. And they show that conversation sitting like under like a rock wall by the pool or something.
Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah.
We feel like we know you, Carrington, on another level because the way that we saw you on the TV clearly was not the way that you actually are in real life. So we have had every single person come on here after they get kicked off and they all say the same thing about you. And it rocked our world. We were like, what? This for ourselves.
So what was, and I will not be offended, what was your perception before you talked to people like this guy's an ass or what?
So
Big douche.
Yeah, we also said Tool. Like we played a game where we would go through all the Islanders and we're like Cool or Tool. We definitely gave you Tool.
Wait, we
have a little photo. It was so funny. My brother actually came down in here and he's not supposed to, and he picked it up and he was like doing a fake mock like Love Island review, and he was like, "This is Carrington, and I want him to care a little more." Like, oh my gosh! But yeah, this is like.
I don't know why I'm looking at the floor in that photo either. I'm like this.
But it's so funny to us because we talked to Jeremiah and he said that you guys were boys in there and you gave him your bracelet. Yeah. And so we were like,
yeah, from then on out, we were like, what? He's nice?
I love Jeremiah. I did not, everyone going into something like Love Island or a show, you tell yourself, man, I would never cry on TV. You kidding me? And Jeremiah leaving really like got me choked up, and yeah, I love that dude. We only knew each other I felt like he was there for so long, and then I stayed for another who knows how many days. It's crazy that I built that relationship with him so fast, honestly.
Classic Love Island. Thinking you're not gonna cry and you do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cried all the time. I'm like, I've seen like all the scenes of me crying, and then when I'm watching myself cry, I start crying even more. So I'm like, I'm just an emotional wreck, so it's fine.
Watching some of those scenes.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch back. I'm like, ugh, I look like that. Ugh.
No, you looked so perfect. You literally carried yourself so well. We loved you. You ended up our favorites. Seriously. Amazing that you came into Casa Amor. Hardest thing to do.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Tell us about it. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh God. I was like super intimidated going into Casa Amor. I feel like, I do have a personality, like a strong personality, but it's so hard when everyone has a strong personality. It's hard to like insert yourself in conversations and stuff like that. I do feel like a lot of my personality wasn't shown in there, more so like in the villa, but it was hard. It was intimidating. And I was shocked that I even left Casa Amor. I've said that multiple times. I'm like, I did not think that I was going to come out of there. When I found out I was going in, I was like, oh no, I'm not going to make it into the villa because I'm not really great at asserting myself with boys and stuff like that. But with Kirsten, it was just super easy. Everything came so natural that it just felt right. And I feel like that's how it was for both of us. And that's why it ended up working out so well. But I was so thankful for that because I was like, there's no way I'm going in the villa.
We love that. Carrington, you shotgunned beers as if you were on a bachelor party. Did you think that you were going to find a Laurel in Casa Amor?
So I was single around that time. I was in a friendship couple with Kirsten, and I went in there and I was just like, I'm going to let loose. I'm going to have fun and see what happens. I had no idea I would meet someone like Laurel in there. And in all honesty, even Laurel in there, she was being her wild self. I hadn't seen who she actually was as a person. So just taking her back to the villa and really getting to know her, I was like, wow, this girl is exactly what I need. If she was exactly how she was at Casa Amor in the villa, I still would have been very excited to talk with her. But it was cool to see her let loose because now I know how she is normally and how she is if she wants to go out with the girls. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
Perfect. And speaking of coming back from Casa Amor, walk through what that was like coming down the stairs and waiting to bring Laurel down.
So I just want to say first off, I have apologized to Kirsten I don't know how many times. She's an amazing girl, but I knew in my heart I would have bet my life on it. Thankfully, I didn't because I wouldn't be going out. But I thought she was going to have a guy with her. And therefore, coming down the stairs by myself would just be a joke, funny. She'd have a guy. He might be like, oh, crap. Then we'd all be friends because I was pretty much friends with everybody in the villa. It did not go that way. It actually backfired 1000x, and I felt terrible. Laurel walked in like that. I didn't want anybody to see her in a bad light because she's the sweetest girl anyone has ever met. And when I was asked about it with Ariel, I said like 2 lines to Kirsten, and they were not very nice. I was just kind of like, I was shocked, blah, blah, blah. But that only happened because I really was shocked. I had no idea what to say. I was so embarrassed. I was just like, sorry, like that's it. So that was crazy. And you know what's crazier? I forget about this. So when I walked in, actually, all the guys were blocked by a tree. So I just saw Ariel. So I thought no guys ever actually came into the villa. I thought they like tricked us because everyone always thinks, what about this? What if this? Because you don't know what's going to happen. So I thought that we were coming back with girls and they never met guys in the first place for a sec. It was super weird. That walk was weird.
Classic to think that you get all the girls and the girls get no guys.
Yes. But I felt bad about that. I truly did. And I mean, I didn't mean it to be that way. So that's all I can really say. I did it. So
I felt so bad. I felt terrible. I was like, oh my gosh, why did we do this?
I think it was very apparent to everyone that like it was like in the moment you're like, ooh, that was harsh. But then when you start to think about it, you're like, okay, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would hope people get it. But yeah, that's that story. So
that's that on that. All right.
Someone said, why is Carrington always emotionless?
I will say that I am the way I talk is pretty monotone. I'm not like, hey, how's it going? And I'm not like super down when I'm sad. I just kind of keep it the same. So that's why I guess I'd be emotionless. But
I will say I have seen Carrington get emotional a couple of times. So he's not emotionless. He just doesn't show emotion all the time.
Yeah, I try to keep it back. You know what I'm saying?
A good thing. I feel like it's more real and authentic rather than just be over the top all the time, trying to like show it. Like, I go that way. Who are your guys' like favorite couples throughout the show, even if they were people that like broke up along the way?
Caleb and Justine for me, 100%. I love them. Caleb is such a great guy. Like he is so down to earth. I absolutely adore him, and just them together in general. They're so good together. You can just see that they like radiate love towards each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't wait to talk to them.
Mine, obviously the finalists, but I'm going to try to go a little different route. I think Connor and Mackenzie, specifically because I was pretty close with the both of them, and we would all talk all the time about each other, and I would say everything to their face that I felt, and when they asked me for my advice. But at the end of the day, I think they love each other. They really do care about each other, and the fact that whether it was America or people in the villa, even me at times being like, I don't think you should talk because there's too much drama. The fact that they kept doing it and the fact that they're talking now just shows, instead of us all giving them what they want to hear, which was kind of like, you should separate, we should have just been full on being like, you're overcoming every adversity. You need to just keep talking. You need to make it work, figure it out. So that's something that I think everybody feels bad about. It's not that we were rude about it, but we definitely didn't see it working. But they're my favorite couple by far, just because they have not listened to anybody and are true to themselves. So
yeah, and
we love them.
Yeah, we love them for sure. And I think that definitely is a telltale to like how they are as people. So what were your guys' favorite games that they had throughout the show, or the challenges?
Oh man.
That's a hard one. I feel like they were all so fun. Did they show the blue balls one? I haven't even watched back.
Something to pump the balloons.
No, we were in the pool and we had all of these balls like from a ball pit in the pool, and we had to stuff them in granny panties and like oversized underwear, and whoever had the most in their underwear as a couple one, but they had to all be blue. But there was all different colors in the pool. Did they never show that?
Oh,
Really? Yeah, I feel like that was my favorite one because Carrington and I almost won. And if Jalen wouldn't have cheated and like carried out some in his hands, we would have won. But it was super fun.
That was fun. I'd say mine was probably just because looking at the stress on every guy's face is hilarious. The strip one, the pole, that one was so funny. I didn't want to do it. Nobody did. It was so embarrassing. After that challenge, we knew we could do anything in life pretty much. But just seeing everybody's faces, especially Caleb, he went out first and he was just like, he was so bummed. He was just like, oh man, like what am I gonna do? And it was hilarious. But that was probably my favorite challenge.
That was your favorite because you killed it. That was his favorite because he's done that before and he knew what he was doing, even though he says he doesn't.
Yeah, we say this every time. We're not doing that. Like it's the challenge everyone complains about not wanting to do, but then once you do it, it's like the best icebreaker ever. I feel like everyone feels closer and they're like, okay, if I can do that, like we're all good now.
Yeah, exactly.
First night Winston was in
that's his first night. What do you guys miss about the villa?
Honestly, I miss waking up next to Carrington. It's so weird being apart. Like, that's so weird for me. Not seeing everybody, like all of our friends, it's really strange. It's so strange. So just being with everyone is what I miss most.
Yeah, I would have to say last night I was texting Laurel and I was just like, I miss you now. Like, it's apart, you know? So definitely Laurel. But second is every single person there. Just all the jokes we tell, our humor, just messing with each other. It's weird how much I miss it because I didn't think I would that much. And even just a day away from the villa or 2 days, however long it's been, definitely miss all those people.
It's definitely an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird feeling after going like so long with so many people all sleeping in a room and then just like by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost have too much quiet time and you're like, okay, I wanted this at that point, but now it's a no for me. Like, bring everyone back.
Yeah, literally.
My next question's for Laurel. So did you always know you were going to be a Casa Amor girl or like, and then like, how long were you in quarantine for?
No, I did not know that I was going to be a Casa Amor girl at all. You know, I came into quarantine the same time that everyone who came in first did. So July 24th is when I was there. So I was there for a while by myself, just chilling in the room, like watching Netflix 24/7. But yeah, I did not always know. I think I knew like the day before is when I found out I was going in. And I was like, oh God, I remember sitting in my room being like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to do this? Like, I'm so nervous. I don't know if this is a good fit for me. But obviously, you know, they knew what they were doing. Mm-hmm. When putting me in there. My best friend, she was telling me, she was like, when Carrington was like talking about his dream girl, you fit that description perfectly. And I was like, I haven't even watched that. I don't know what he even said.
Oh my gosh, have you guys not watched any of it yet?
I haven't watched a lot of it. I've like watched clips. I've scrolled through and like watched scenes that I wanted to watch. And like I've seen the videos on Twitter and stuff of like certain things, but that's pretty much it. I have not watched like a full on episode yet at all.
I haven't watched an episode yet at all. I feel very uncomfortable watching it. I've seen clips, and of course they're the most cringe clips of my life, but I'm just not ready to watch it.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe take a break. Yeah. Come back in a month.
Oh, but you're gonna watch it and be like, did I really say that?
100%. Yep, 100%.
And Carrington, you were like so funny at taking 2 steps forward each episode where we'd be like, oh, we start to like him now. And then you'd say something and it'd be 10 steps back. You just not put your foot in your mouth.
No, yeah. That is definitely how it went, I heard. But
that's so funny. We thought it was so cute when your both of your parents came on and like no more date guy.
Yeah, no more date guy. That is hung up. That is hung up for sure.
So funny. And I remember Laurel, your dad was so cute.
Oh my God, my dad is my best friend. That was so emotional for me to sit there and have to talk to them. I was like, I don't know if I can get through this without like stopping to cry. I was a wreck. But Carrington, handled himself so well with all of the hard-hitting questions that my parents were throwing at him. He really did well with that, and my parents respect him so much. So I'm excited for them to actually meet in person. Like, we've been talking about it a little bit, and I can't wait. And my dad already bought him an Auburn jersey to wear to a football game.
Oh, nice.
That's amazing. It was actually so fun to watch because when Carrington, he was like, I'm really good with parents. I'm really good. And then panicking as he sits there and he's like, and then he finally, like, you pulled it together and you were a star, like, talking to her parents. You handled all the questions in a mature way. And we were just like, class Carrington, like, so well-spoken, so great. I guess you are good with parents.
Yeah, I did not expect to be that nervous. And then I realized, come on, I'm probably going to ask you some hard stuff. So I got pretty nervous. But I was just honest. I always try to be super honest. Sometimes it comes off too blunt, but I just don't like lying or going around the truth. So I just told them what I did. You know, I didn't really get into why I did it. I just said I did it. It was wrong of me, and here's what I'll do going forwards. Because I knew that's pretty much what they wanted to hear about. They didn't want to hear about the experience it breaks and get talking to people. That's not really cool to bring up at all, you know. So I just owned it, and thankfully they seem to take it in very well. They seem like they are going to give me a shot, and I appreciate that. So,
well, speaking of honest, we were saying that we were shocked when you were voted the fakest guy.
Oh yeah, we were.
I was very shocked too. I was like, all right, but
the one thing, even though you do put your foot in your mouth a lot, we said no matter what, you always kept it real. You were like 100 the entire time, and you were the only guy that did that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely didn't love being the fakest, but I took all that stuff with a grain of salt. I know everybody in there is who matters to me. There's a reason that they saved me so much, and it's because I really was there for the right reasons. Although my roller coaster of a ride wasn't ideal, I'm still happy with the outcome with Laurel, and I'm happy all those people in there don't think I'm fake. So, and I'm happy you don't think that either. That's good. So
we don't.
Yeah, we gave you lots of praise on our our channel. Actually,
first day we hated your guts.
Yeah, with the first day, don't watch that. Just skip that one.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, because it was like everyone we had on was like, he's our favorite. Because the next question we're about to ask you guys is, so like Laurel and then Carrington, who was your closest girlfriend in the villa, and then who was your closest guy friend? Because a lot of people at Carrington came out and said you were, and we were like, what?
My closest girlfriend was Mackenzie, I'd say. Me and Mackenzie had a lot of great talks. She and me just are very similar, so she was a great girlfriend to have in there. It sucked to see her leave. I think that my closest guy friend was Trey. Trey left earlier on, but me and him were just boys, 100%. All the other guys, I still love them. Caleb, Calvin, Johnny. We're all way close, but Trey just was my best friend for sure.
I would say as far as it goes to me, my best girlfriend was probably Kirsten and Cher for sure. And Faith. I love Faith. We didn't get to spend a whole lot of time together, just those couple of days in Casa Amor, but I love her to death. So it would be hard to choose between any of them. They all made my experience great in different ways. And then my best guy friend, I would have to say, would be Calvin. I think we had a lot of great talks, especially when I was going through some rough stuff. So I think he would definitely be my guy best friend. Plus, he's hilarious, and I love him and Mo together. So those would be my favorites.
We loved Kirsten, and we loved having her on here too. Like, she was so great and like so charismatic. Carrington, if you don't mind telling us, why didn't it work out between you two, you think?
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know, with me and Kirsten, I feel like around that time, I definitely was looking way too ahead in the future for sure. That's something towards the beginning of Love Island in general with girls. I was thinking way too far ahead and shutting things down too soon. But, she's great in every way. That's why this question's so hard, because it's really nothing that's wrong with her at all. It was really just me. I just didn't have that feeling. And that's such a cop-out answer, but I just wanted an overwhelming feeling from someone that I can't describe. And that's what I was looking for. And I didn't have that with her. It doesn't mean I didn't like her. It doesn't mean I didn't care about her. the fact that it was more of a feeling thing and I couldn't explain it, you know, I might have said certain things like she might be a little too needy here and there, things like that, which I told her, but that's not the truth. The honest answer is just like, I just wasn't feeling it. And it sucks because she did give so much and she did not want to talk to anybody else. And every day that killed me and made me feel terrible, but I just had to do what was best for me and go elsewhere. And thankfully I found Laurel. So she's great. Had nothing to do with her.
Well, I think it also attests to Laurel. You were like her best friend in there. Mm-hmm. You guys both talk about each other so highly. Tell us like about your relationship because it was nice to
Yeah, she was honestly in the villa my closest friend. She was the one who was like sticking up for me consistently, who made me feel better in any situation. And it was a super unconventional friendship. I mean, I feel like sometimes that can happen in Love Island. You know, she was interested in the same guy that I am, and she cared about him so much that I think that she didn't let that get in the way, like her caring about him, get in the way of what we had because she wanted what was best for him. And I think that she thought that that was me. So our friendship was out of this world. Like, I can't explain it, honestly. She made me feel so comfortable in there. She always had my back. She cried with me, literally sat there crying with me while I was crying. You know, she's been through some of the same similar situations that I was going through with Carrington. She had went through the same stuff. So she was able to, you know, talk me out of my head a little bit. And I just love that girl. I cannot wait to see her. We've been like texting and stuff. And I'm just like, I just want to see your face. Like, when can we hang out?
Oh, that's so fun.
That's amazing. Those are one of our like favorite things to watch coming out of Love Island. It's great to see the couples, but the friendships that form are so much fun to watch.
I love her. She's amazing. She's so fun too. She brings out like that fun side of me. She's like, I like this Laurel.
We love that.
That's like you. How do you guys plan on making like the long distance work for now, just like moving forward? And do you have like any upcoming plans to see each other?
Yeah. So definitely will be, oops.
Go ahead.
This is weird to chat. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to visit Alabama. Obviously, Laurel's dad got me an Auburn jersey I just found out about. So I'm super pumped about. We don't have a specific date yet. Last night we were texting, and I was saying, you know, when should we do this? And she just said ASAP. So we should probably figure out an exact date instead of ASAP. But we will see each other once or twice a month. We will text, talk, FaceTime daily. We didn't FaceTime yesterday, but we talked. We texted pretty much throughout the night. So just trying to stay in touch more than the average person, I guess, trying to text her all day, trying to make those flights. That's what's going to ultimately make us work. But it was really cool last night it sounds so weird, getting the feeling of just like missing her, because I haven't had that. And that's something that all these couples will face or they won't face, you know, and that's going to be an issue. But that was a good sign. I'll say that.
No, I definitely miss him so much. It's so weird not waking up next to him like just this morning was the only morning that hasn't happened yet. And it was super weird. Last night he did ask me when we were going to, you know, make these trips happen or whatever. And I fell asleep. And this morning I texted, I was like, ASAP, we were supposed to FaceTime and stuff, but I passed out. I was so exhausted from everything. I was just like, I fell asleep, I think actually on my phone, like holding my phone in my hand. That's so funny. But I know. I can't wait to see him. He's definitely coming to Alabama first. We've already talked about that. So
I'm like, I want to come to Alabama.
Come on. Seriously. No. Auburn is playing Georgia today, and I was like, oh my God, I hope this interview's done by the time the game comes on because I have to watch.
Start. What time do they start?
I have no clue, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm just joking. But seriously, though, yeah, Auburn games are so fun. I love my town, and I feel like I can't wait for him to come and see everything and meet all my friends. My friends are like dying over everyone. They're like, I can't wait to meet him.
Oh, that would be so fun.
It's so fun. This is like the best time getting off.
It's such a high.
You guys being finalists. It's just like, it's so much fun. And just when you think it's about to end, like even more stuff starts happening. Like you leave them, you get to go see your family. You get to go to the parties that all of your friends are like, you know, it's just so much fun. I'm so excited for you guys.
It is so fun.
Half of these are, when are they moving in together?
Really? Oh my gosh. See, we're just going to have to see how this distance stuff works to see like when that's going to happen. But I feel like we definitely have talked. We're we're not official, but I think we definitely both agree we don't really want to talk to anyone else. So that's kind of where we're at right now. No labels, no pressure, just like me and him taking it day by day. I think that's the most realistic thing to do in the situation. So.
For sure.
It's also so hard coming off of Love Island. And if you're not boyfriend and girlfriend, like the question will never end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kids are wild. Carrington, do you know that you were going to get to drive a Ferrari?
I did not know I was going to get to drive a Ferrari. I didn't know what was going to happen any day. Like, things just happened. So when that happened, it was super special. It showed that people are listening in and making our dreams come true. So it was way fun. I'm glad Laurel was right by me. I kind of felt bad as well, though, because for a portion of our date, me driving a Ferrari through the canyon and trying to talk at the same time was so hard. I'm just like, yeah, keep my eyes on the road, trying to give her a kiss, trying to listen, but it's such a loud car. I mean, it was a blast, though, and I think Laurel enjoyed it.
No, we definitely had a lot of fun, and it was so great to watch him like live out a dream. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced anything like that, but watching him like live out a dream he's just been talking about for the past like 3 weeks. Like when we were in there, he was vocalizing that was his dream car, and it was so interesting that happened. I was like, oh my God, this is like the best moment ever. Just driving around. It was so fun.
Oh my God, you guys looked so good together too. Like getting in the car, your gloves, I cannot. Not. But Laura, you looked literally beautiful. The aviators just pulled it all together.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. Did you guys actually drive around the canyon?
Yes, we did. 100%.
Yeah.
We went up and down it with a police escort. Like, they'd go block off a portion of the canyon. And so we just drive up it and down it and then put other cameras on and do the same thing. So it was way fun. We were in there for a while.
Yeah, we were. It was so interesting too, because people were recording us like all the time, like as we were walking, driving. It was so weird.
It's definitely so weird having dates in front of cameras.
Yeah.
Which that was so nice with us, because when we were in the car, it was just us two. The cameras were like attached to the car, and I was like, it feels like no one's here, but I know people are here. But it was great to feel like that we didn't have the pressures of other people like being there. And even when we were in our actual date, like they were asking us to like feel comfortable, whatever. I was like, I feel fine. I feel like no one else is even here. I feel like it's just us two when we were having our conversation. So I was really excited about it feeling that way, because I felt like there was going to be pressures, you know. It wasn't like that at all.
That is great. Speaking of being super close to each other, Carrington, what color are Laurel's eyes?
Green, brunette, me too.
Brunette? What is with the brunette and brown?
I'm kidding. No, I say brunette now only. I will not say brown. I have to listen to that. But her eyes are green. I will say in that moment in time, I was very caught off guard, and it was just a downward spiral. I feel terrible about it, but everyone's had a moment where you just
Brunette eyes.
It was so funny, because after that, like all the guys were giving him a hard time, like putting him on the spot, and I thought it was so funny. And then he was like, I don't know if maybe Carrington said something like, well, what do you know about me? And I'm just like, let it all out, and I just know everything and get it all right.
They did that.
We were dying.
It was incredible.
It was so
it
fun.
was incredible.
And it made what he said even worse.
Yeah.
I know brunette is not an eye color. That should show you how. Oops, I don't know where Laurel went. That should just show you how. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I was out of it. I was put on the spot. But guess what? Hey, live and you learn, right? So green eyes.
You know, brunette eyes will forever live on.
Yeah.
Did you guys enjoy the time that you had together in Casa Amor better, or the time you had together in the villa better?
In the villa, for sure. Because Casa Amor, I was really trying to get to know everybody. I think all of us were, Laurel included. She was trying to get to know all the guys. So in the villa, it was just pretty much me and her opening up a little more versus just having a good time. I felt like Casa Amor was just a big bachelor party. Even all the games and stuff were really oriented around having a blast, not really getting deep. So definitely the villa.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Like, I think we were able to connect on a more intimate level in the villa. Like, the conversations we were having were way better than, you know, Casa Amor. It was more so, you know, getting to know each other, like lifestyle things. And then when we got into the villa, we were able to get that deeper side of each other. And you know, I feel like that's where we grew the most, honestly, was in the villa.
For sure.
Jinx.
I'm like, I hate my life. What is like a great like memory that both of you have from everything? Just, it could be something really silly or something that like probably wasn't shown or whatnot.
I think my favorite memory was just being in the kitchen and like making breakfast all the time. My family said they never showed that, but I literally cooked breakfast for everyone so much when we were in the villa, and just that time of us sitting all around, you know, talking, eating. I feel like there's something about sharing a meal with everyone that's just super special. So I loved that. I feel like that was probably my best times in the villa, is just sitting there, cooking breakfast, eating breakfast, talking with everyone. It was super chill and relaxed. So I love that part.
I have two. One was Laura always smiles way big, but I made sure that charcuterie board, her smile was huge, and it just made me so happy. I was like, this is so worth it. That was a great memory. That whole situation was great. But I'd say second was, it happened so much, just uncontrollably laughing with the guys, because, and it's so bad that we did, because I have seen certain clips where we're laughing in situations. And like, there's a clip where Johnny is talking to Sally about, you know, their situation and explaining to her nothing more happened. And it shows me laughing in the background. Like, it looks like he's lying, but really, I remember specifically Caleb and me were just staring at each other and trying to make each other laugh. So we always would laugh and joke around in the worst times, even during eliminations. I would be sitting there up on the chopping block, like always, like about to go home. And one of them would be making dumb faces at me and get me to smile up there. And I was just, it's such a bad time to smile, right? But I just loved laughing with those guys. We were such a funny group. It was crazy.
So what is next for you guys, individually and together?
That's such a hard question to answer, because I honestly don't know what the future holds for me at all. With us, definitely we're going to work on this day by day for sure. And, you know, end goal is boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe moving in with each other. But hopefully we're working towards that, you know, visiting each other. And it's just going to be super fun to see how things work out. I can't wait until we're right next to each other again. Like, I'm like, he said when, I'm like, tomorrow, let's go. But I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I definitely, you know, have big goals and stuff like that. Maybe I've been talking, I'm like, I want to go on Survivor, but like, do I look like I'm fit for Survivor? I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, you totally should do it.
I love Survivor. My family, like, we grew up watching it. So I'm like, that would be so fun. But I think I would probably last like one day in there.
No, I think you'd surprise us. I feel like you'd do really
I don't know. Maybe.
Next for us is visiting for sure. Starting to visit each other, whether it's Utah or Alabama. Both, honestly, we should do. But just visiting, starting to see how she is at home, how I am at home, just starting to think about moving in together. That's pretty much the next step for us, I think, for everybody, honestly, because we can text forever, but we need to make those jumps and actually travel and visit each other to really solidify that we want to do this. Next for me specifically, I'm going back to work soon, so that's next. I don't know, maybe I'll be an actor, take Lakin's recommendation up. But other than that, yeah, I don't really know what's next exactly.
amazing. That sounds great. And then our final question is like, what did you guys learn from the experience?
I learned the biggest takeaway, and it's so weird to think about, but it's so pretty much just caring more about people's feelings, but in this aspect. Say you meet somebody, you're talking to them for 3 days on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, and then you just ghost them. You're not really into them. It's been 3 days, so it shouldn't necessarily matter. But when you're in a villa and you're talking to somebody and you actually do that face to face, you see the outcome, you see their emotions, you see how much it hurts them, even if it's only been 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So I've really learned that there's always somebody on the other side, whether it's the other side of a phone, a Snapchat, or in person, and you don't know how they feel. Even if you think we've only had a couple combos, big deal, they might have really strong feelings for you. So coming out of there, not that I hope I don't date anybody else soon besides Laurel, but if I ever did, I know now, just try to really be more charismatic, even if you think it's not a big deal. That's the biggest takeaway.
I would say for me, there's like so many things I've learned about myself in this experience. I always knew that I was emotional, but I guess I didn't realize like that I was that emotional. I feel like, definitely I've grown so much as a person. I am kind of in a shell, but also at the same time, I do have a big personality. So I feel like when I was there, I was able to open up a lot more. And I feel like Carrington brought that out of me. Him and Kirsten, for sure, helped me come out of my shell. So I think I learned that, it's okay to let loose sometimes. I also learned not to judge a book by its cover, with Carrington, the whole situation there. So I feel like I learned so much.
Definitely. And that's amazing.
That. Yes.
We love that. And we are so excited to have met you guys now. Like, I feel like
I know.
Excited. And thank you guys so much for coming on here. We really appreciate that. And all right, to everyone that's been listening, please like this video down below. We're going to list Carrington and Laurel's social medias down below. Please show them some love and support there. And thanks so much.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
guys.